Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. Now today we're doing another of the tutorial 101s, and that is the end of server tutorial. So, I want to talk a little bit about what happens in the hub. I want to talk about what you keep and what you take between the servers. And I want to talk a little bit about the different server types at the current moment. So, first off, we'll talk about sort of what's going on with the servers and like what you take through. So we'll jump straight into that. So first up, if you come into the research, you will see in the top right a little triangle with an exclamation. This is quite useful because I'll explain it here and then you can go have a look yourself. And if you ever forget, you just press that button up here. So, Lagrange gates is an essential technical means to achieve interstellar travel. One must rely on the Lagrange gate for star system exploration. You travel to this star system through the Lagrange gate, and you will return to the hub star system the same way when your exploration comes to an end here. Given a strict limit on the amount of supplies you can carry while passing the Lagrange gate, and the protection of tech research data of this star system, the blueprint research relevant data will be processed as follows when you leave the system. So, basically, save is what you'll keep between the servers, reset is what gets changed. So, blueprint model, that is your ship blueprints. So if we run out, go into blueprints, you keep all of your blueprints, you keep everything, including even the percentage of things that you haven't got. You'll keep the other versions that you've unlocked. So you'll keep that. You will also keep tech points. So these are tech points given through black blueprints and stuff like that. So I think I can purchase today's one. So if we open this, I'll show you the tech points. So the tech points through boxes are kept. For example, here I got a nice destroyer tech point. You will keep this forever on whichever ship you put it on. I need to boost or probably the Eris still. So you'll keep that. You will also keep, you'll lose the battle experience. So this is also tech points in a way. When you get experience via, battling stuff, we have a quick look in here. No rewards apparently on that one. How about that one? There you go. You get experience there. FG 300 plus experience plus 133. And as you get that experience, your ships level up. You can also apply this via the module down here, the button down here. These tech points provided from the experience, these get reset. So bear that in mind. You'll lose the 50 tech points that you can potentially get here. 30 for soft cap for PvE, 50 with PvP, and you will lose that 50. So bear that one in mind. You will also lose what's next? System enhancements. System enhancements are where you've literally just upgraded blueprints. As an example here, if I just run back down here, click on my Xeno, you can see these system enhancements where I've got the RTB and stuff like that. These will get reset. You won't lose the tech points if they came from a box. They'll go back into the tech point pool on the ship. So don't worry about that. It's basically just saying it resets this. I'm sure there's a reason they do that. It's probably something to do with how the server runs. So yeah, don't worry about that. Weapon adjustment you lose. This is when you've upgraded a weapon to plus 30% or anything in between. If we run down, what have I upgraded? Ruby, Ion, probably. Go into enhance here, we have the weapon adjustment. I've only upgraded that 12%. I need to do that. So you will lose this 12%, which means you will also lose any of the points that you put into it. So bear that in mind as well. You will lose the increased anti-ship from the module adjustments and stuff like that. You then also keep or lose, what are we on? Yeah, you keep the weapon tech. Weapon tech can be found in the blueprints. That's the blueprint technology. You will keep all of this weapon tech till next server. Towards the end of the server, when you have all your ship's weapons upgraded already, it's well worth picking up the boxes and buying these weapon techs and just hoarding them, because you'll keep them all, and that'll allow you to go into the next server, and therefore, you know, you'll be able to grab hold of or instantly upgrade ships, or maybe you'll help rush research and stuff like that. So do make sure towards the end of the server you start hoarding them. You lose the combat microchips. That is what you use to upgrade the ships. As we can see earlier when I was looking at the fighters, go to the Newland again, you will lose these microchips. So you may as well use them and use them up as you're going along within the server. So just start using them. I do recommend, though, if you are going to use them, wait till you hit to 30, level 30 on the ship. So you got 30 tech points received here. Because at that point, you can only get the extra 20 via PvP. And if you're not into PvP too much, your best bet's to use them after level 30. Or, you know, it's still just better to use them at level 30 onwards anyway. Because you can get the remainder XP just fighting pirates and stuff that are about. And I believe that is it. Oh, no, research points. Research points are this currency here. This is what you use to buy either the research agreement or the ship and aircraft BP files, which are 100% chance to gain blueprints. They are random from the bots. They are random from the research agreement, although you can sort of cut down on some of the ships that you really want via the research agreement. So I do recommend that if you've got most of the ships and there's like specific variants that you want, you will do better off using the research agreement there. So that is everything you will keep. Again, in the research panel, exclamation mark with a triangle in the top right of your screen, you can see everything that you keep here and everything you lose. So let's talk a bit about the current system I'm in, and this is Trojite. So, Trojite, very simple. It's very similar to the first, second servers, except you have the one extra bonus, one extra thing that you need to do, and that's collect Trojite. If you run through the agreement quick, it tells you a bit about the Trojite, what it's doing. There's some nice little bit of lore here if you like having a bit of a read and you like the lore within the game. I do recommend reading through this. It's kind of interesting, the sort of concept that they've come up here. And yeah, collect Trojite, and that's pretty much it. You need a certain amount of rating points and rating criteria here we can see. So for Trojite, you need the occupancy within the region where the Stargate is located. The Union's rating points. Rating points are given via Trojite in this server. It needs to be greater than or equal to 1,000, and you rank first across the system. The second rating criteria is you just need the points. You just don't need the Stargate. And the third is just for unlocking all zones in your base. The Glory Pioneer is throughout all of the servers, I believe. So this never changes. Just unlock all the zones. You should be easily doing that within I think about 3 months per server. So Glory Pioneer, you'll get anyway. And that's pretty much it for Trojite. Something to quickly note with Trojite servers, an example is if you are looking around quite large like this, you can see that some of these cities have a little red marking. That means that these generate Trojite as you go. So if we go to basic information, it doesn't actually say here, but you can see there's occupancy here. Occupancy is not so needed within Trojite. It's more about just grabbing the level 7 cities, because these are mining Trojite. Click that button there. Speed of Trojite crystals plus 40k per hour, which means you'll get 4 rating points per hour. This is a level 7 city. Level 10 gives more, and so on and so forth, and it decreases as you go down as well. I think only level 6 cities and above can provide Trojite. If I look at this one, yeah, it's a level 6. I think it's only level 6 and above. So claiming the cities will basically give you passive rating points. I highly recommend trying to grab as many of the cities as possible, because they do a lot more than you expect, even if you are mining manually. You can mine manually. There is no Trojite around me. It's very, very slow. Just look for red markings on the map like this, and you'll see little Trojite crystal nodes dotted about. Once you've got those, you need to deliver them to cities. You can find the cities by just going around, having a look like this little plus icon here, which is for the liaise. It will be like that, but it will be red. I don't think I've got any around me, so I probably have to go through a load of cities to try and find one. But that's how you find them. You deliver the Trojite to those cities, and that's about it. That's how Trojite works. I'll be jumping onto my ult to show you off, hopefully data, and hopefully I can show off some of the other one as well, which is the node recovery. So we are in the main hub now. I just want to talk quickly about the hub. In the hub, there is this screen, which basically you can come into here, and if you are the union leader, you can come purchase yourself a nice block of flats to look at. They generally don't afford any benefits or anything like that within game. They are just a show off sort of thing. You can't view inside apparently, and you have to pay some of this stuff which you get from completing servers with your union. There is property lists and stuff here. I think everything costs exactly the same, so it doesn't really matter. There is different sections. They give you a slightly different view, but more or less they are just a fun thing for you to have a look at in game. More importantly, up here in the top left, when you're here, you can click and register to sign agreements and that kind of stuff. So we have Cancer 376 here, which is a data rescue. We have the Trojite Crystal Agreement here as well. Obviously, registration's already ended for these, so I can't sign these, but I can still view the agreements. So we'll talk about those as we go. So I want to look at data quickly, because it's a little bit more fresh in my mind after coming from data server into the Trojite server. So if we have a view of the agreement, it'll sit here, it'll explain a bit about why, what's going on. It explains the reverberation, which is the sun basically exploding and trying to kill you and everything around it. Some interesting things to note here. You can see this orange circle. That is radiation. That will stop small ships. That expands, pretty much takes up the entire map at some points. And then you have this red line. This will just destroy any outpost that is not hidden behind the planets in these safe zones. They are clearly marked, so you shouldn't have too much of an issue here. Similar to how the Trojite works, the entire idea is going to these cities that have data within them, collecting it from those cities. Some of them can be within potential radiation zones, so be aware that you may have to run maybe some cruiser as scouts just to get your data ships within the reach of the systems, or sorry, of the cities, to grab all the data from, collect the data, and you either take it to the Lagrange gate, deposit there for a lower rating point reward, but safe, no one can steal it, or take it to a city owned by one of your unions, and what that'll do is put it into that city. If anyone takes that city though, you will lose all that data and they will gain all that data, so be aware of that. If you are not confident that you can hold the city or throughout the entire server, I highly recommend that you drop off at the Stargate instead, the Lagrange gate, and that'll sort that out. But otherwise, pretty much the same thing, except if we have a look at, we can't have a look at the sort of how to win the server from this view. I'd have to enter the server, and that's not going to happen for another 165 hours, so I can't really show that off. But to tell you, it's basically the same as Trojite, except there is no occupancy rewards whatsoever. Even owning the Lagrange gate doesn't matter. It's literally about how much data you can collect compared to everybody else. Something also to note, the bigger cities are consistently better returns for the amount of data you're mining in the same time. So it is better to go for those, and the ones that have pure data instead of the ones that have data and blueprints and minerals, especially the ones that have, you know, certain amounts of metal and crystal and deuterium. They give a lot worse returns, so I'd recommend trying to stay away from those until you absolutely have to start mining from them. We then have the node recovery. Now, I've never personally been in a node recovery server, but I have been in what it was prior, which is basically v2.0, and this is v2.5. And this is quite an interesting server because there are two agreements here. So, first off, you sign up your node recovery agreement. This is all occupancy based. You need to own X amount of places to win. Can I actually? Yeah, you can sort of see the requirements to winning. So you can see here the occupancy in the star system is more or less than 40%, and the reward is 1,000 Dawn points each. I swear that's more or less than, not more than greater on. I'm convinced that's the wrong way round. And then you got rating criteria for 2 and 3. If you're coming out of the very first system that you've been in, this is the one that I recommend because it plays very similarly. It's all about the occupancy. It's not about mining Trojite, grabbing the Trojite spots. It's not about grabbing the data cities and mining the data and that sort of stuff. I do recommend you try and do all of them at some given point, but if it's your second server, node recovery is my recommendation here. Galaxy Dominator. You need 50% or more, 800 Dawn points for each Union member. And Glory Pioneer, like I said, is the same throughout. So that's how that sort of works. I believe then, if I can go on to data, I should be able to show you the data rewards if it's in the same, yeah, Star System rating rewards. So here we go. You can see here, you need 1,000 Dawn points. 1,000 Dawn points, I believe, is 1,000 rating points, gives you 1 Dawn point. So, sorry, 1,000 data gives you 1 rating point, or 700 on the cities, 1,000 for the Lagrange gate. And you need 800 or more, and you need to rank first. So basically, this can go up to like 3,000-4,000. I believe that's what it sort of got up to when I was in the data servers. It was like 3,000 data. So yeah, just mining lots and lots of data. There is no occupancy required here whatsoever, so that's quite nice. So do bear that in mind. Same as Trojite though, controlling cities and stuff will help you out because it gives you decent places to warp to. Obviously, the cities within the safe zones are safe and they're easier to sort of defend and back up and sort of keep hold of territory a little bit. It is obviously useful in any game or any strategy game. So there you go. That is a little bit about the hub. Not really much going on here. It is more just like a waiting place for stuff to happen. Why am I randomly in a Chinese? That was weird. I've never seen that happen before. So there you go. Like I said, that's the hub. That's what you keep and lose. Again, remember, if you go into research, the big nice triangle in the top right, if it's the first time since you've been into a new server, it's normally lit up to let you know to click on it, and it will tell you everything you keep and what you lose. Nice thing about it is you do keep everything important. You lose some stuff which doesn't really matter. Be aware as well, your base will reset back to zone 0. So you will have to go through that again, but you're in a new server with new players, new unions and stuff like that. You can make new friends, make new enemies. So they try and put you on a level playing field again. Obviously, you're not so level if it's your second server and it's someone's 5th server. but there is not much we can do at the current moment. There would be nice if they had a rating system of some description to stop the mix of, you know, guys that have been playing for like over a year now versus guys that have just started 3-4 months ago. So hopefully that helps you guys out. I'll hopefully release this video later today. You will know that because you'll be watching this, and this is the end of the video anyway. Have a good one, guys, and I'll catch you next time.